Hey, sophomores, good to see you again. It's me, Mr. Wood, and we're going to look at our lesson for today, which is Monday, March 23rd. All right, let's begin with our objective for today, our objective for the chapter, which is to illustrate the changes that happened in Europe from before, during, and after the Crusade. Our focus for today is going to be to analyze primary source documents, one document of the First Crusade, and create a context and a thesis statement for an essay on the changes that occurred during the period of the Crusades. So let's start with our agenda. And we're going to take a look at the website and look at the assignment that was due for today. And I'm going to explain a little more about it. Now, on Friday, you were assigned to go to your class period and go to your group graphic organizer and fill it out. All 4 class periods are here, and every student's name is there. So if you're in first period, you click on the first period, you find your name, and you fill it out. If you're in second period, you go to second period and you fill it out. Some students emailed me and they said, "How do I save it?" What's a Google Doc? You don't have to save it. It's a shared document. All you have to do is type in your answers, and then they are automatically saved, and I can actually read them as you type. In fact, when I was looking at them, some of you were typing while I was looking at them. So let's go take a look at one example. Now, probably about 70% of you finished this, but 30% did not do it yet. If you are working on this and you get it done, you are going to earn 6 points for your assessment, which is coming up. So let me show you that real quick on our rubric and how that will work. This end is going to be an essay on the Crusades. As always, I am going to grade you on your work that you do in class because that's the work that you earned and you earned points for that. So for example, if you participated in the discussion post and you completed your graphic organizer on the Google Doc, you will earn 6 points. If you did not do this, you will get 0 points. Now, if you're saying, "I don't know how to do it," I'll explain once again how you do these steps. If I get an email from you asking, "How do I do this?" I'll reply and try to help you the best I can. But if I don't hear from you and you don't do it, I'm going to have to give you a 0 for this, which means the best you can get is a 54. So let's take a look at what you need to do. And for some of you, you've already done this, but I'm going to go through this real quick. So if I look at the website, the first thing you need to do if you haven't done it yet is go to this one right here on Monday the 16th. This was posted, and leave a comment for the 2 questions. And I gave a video. 66 of you did it. There's about 85 of you, which means about 19 of you will get a 0 out of this, which means you're giving up 3 points. The rest of you who did this, awesome, great work. You're going to get these 3 points. Next is, this wasn't an option. This is something you have to do. It's an assignment. You have to click on this, and you have to fill out the graphic organizer. Let me show you how one group did this and did a real good job. I've just changed the student names. So this is what the groups look like. Now, where it says topics, they put topics here, and then some of the groups put topics themselves. We have student number 1, and look at all this information that student number 1 put. All of this was from his or her notes, and they broke this up in the topics. This student had a topic of a change that happened during the Crusades was the Renaissance. A change was trade. A change was they're thinking of something with creativity and knowledge. And then look at all this information they have here. They went through their notes and videos just like we do in class, and they typed this down. Now, you can just type on here, and you can put your answers. You don't need to save. So you find your class period. If you're in 8th period, you go to 8th period. And then you go to your name, and you put here. This was a student's name. I just changed it to student number 1. If you don't know how to do this, you may email me and ask. Or if you can't write on the Google Doc for whatever reason, you can email me your answers. Saying, "I can't do it," does not work. You may call the school and ask for a laptop. You may call the school and ask if you need any internet help. But just saying, I can't do it, is not enough. If you're struggling for whatever reason, contact the school, contact me or Sister Mary, and we will support you in any way that we can. So this is one student, and we have student 2, also in this group, who used the same topics up here as this student. They used Renaissance, trade, creativity, and knowledge. And this student put down a number of really good answers in here as well. And then down here, we have a student 3 who put in some of their answers and notes as well. Now, here's the beautiful part about this. You may go to the website and look at any class on here, and you may look at everyone's evidence to double check and see if you're doing this right. If you're like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, check what your classmates have done already and write something similar to what they have. You have tons of examples of here. Over 50 of them are already done. So go ahead and take a look. As usual, if you're willing to do the work, your grade's going to be okay and you're going to do fine. All right, so also this group didn't just put down their topics. You were supposed to make claim, evidence, explanations, and a graphic organizer, except for you type them on the Google Doc. And again, you don't need to save them. Find your name and put your claim, your evidence, and your explanation. Student 1 put down for their claim, the Renaissance was a change that occurred because of the Crusades. That's an okay claim. It's about maybe, 3.0, maybe a 2.5 at this point of the year. I expect a little more than that. But it's a good starting claim to have on a graphic organizer. It's not the paper yet. But then look at all this evidence they have here. A new social class of merchants. They were protected by the kings, feudalism. This person, I can definitely tell, watched the lecture that I gave and then used the notes. So this is a good student. Reading the packet, watching the lectures, taking notes, putting them in claim, evidence, and explanation. And that's what I'll be looking for in your papers, to making sure you did the notes, you watched the videos, and you have the information. And then this person even has a explanation talking about basically the effect overall of the Renaissance. Good work. And here they have their second paragraph. The Crusades caused more people to be involved in trading that brought more business into Europe. That's a better claim. That one's really good. And then they have all this evidence of the things that were brought in. Nice job. All right, student number 2 has a similar one. And student number 3 as well. I can tell these students all did their work. They may have been influenced by each other just like we are in class, but they have their paragraphs ready here. So again, you may go to the website and you may finish this. So I'm not going to grade these yet. I'm going to grade these tomorrow at 10 a.m. So these are due at 11:59 tonight if you haven't done them yet. If you're done, relax. You're good. Good work. If you haven't, you need to get these done. If they're done, awesome. If they're not done, I'm also going to have to give you a 0 and count you as absent for class. Assignments are due, and if you don't do them, this is how we take attendance. So you will also be counted as absent, as not being in class. Let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing that is due is multiple choice, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so I posted the multiple choice, so you can click on there, and that'll take you to the Google Doc for multiple choice, where I put a document, and you will need to read this document and then do the SCAP steps that we've already done for class. Ooh, students already looking at it. Nice. So you'll read this document. If you don't know the words, you may look them up. You may contact your classmates and ask them. You guys all have groups that you put yourselves into, put you in the groups, and you are supposed to have some kind of way of communicating, like a group chat. This would be a great time to use that group chat right now. So you can read, you can do the SCAP steps: speaker, context, audience, and purpose, just like we've done in class. And then you may go and answer the multiple choice questions, putting your answer here and your reason here. Now, I'm going to have to show you one thing that you are going to need to do with this document. Okay, so multiple choice, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to File. You'll click on File, and then you'll need to go to Make a Copy. So you're going to make a copy of this document. And it says Copy of Crusades Multiple Choice. My recommendation is that you put your name in front of it. So maybe I put, let's put Roberto. There's no Roberto in the class. So I'll put Roberto, Crusades, multiple choice. When you make a copy of a Google Doc, so again, File, make a copy. Make a copy of this. Now you have your own document. Now what you can do is you can fill in your SCAP and write as much as you want. I would put more information, the best that you can. If you are working hard on this, that will be excellent. It's going to get you more points. Then for the multiple choice questions, you put your answer here and your reason right here. So you fill out your SCAP, then you put your answer and your reason, and I'm going to give you 1 point for your answer, 1 point for your reason. Your SCAP will count in that discussion post and your graphic organizer points. So 1 answer, 1 point, 1 reason, 1 point. And you answer the 3 multiple choice questions. Then what you will do is you will use turnitin.com, just like we do for a paper. You will go to turnitin.com where it says Crusades, multiple choice. And you will turn in your copy right there. Make sure you turn in the copy. And I will be able to grade your paper, your multiple choice answers for your answers and for your reasons, which will be worth 6 points on the Crusades. So again, last time, go to Crusades multiple choice, file, make a copy, put your name on it, fill out the SCAP, fill out the multiple choice. Now, can I contact classmates and discuss this with them? Please do. Use your group chat that we've set up. That would be an amazing thing to do and help you out get these right answers if you're confused. You may also email me if you have questions about these, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Most of my emails I'll answer from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. After 2 p.m., I don't answer as much because that's kind of, my wife's also a teacher, and pretty much from like 2 until like 9 is when I'm really totally hanging out with the kids, doing some dance moves too sometimes. So that is what is due. And this multiple choice, let's look at our agenda here so we get this planned out, is due on Tuesday at 11:59. So I'll be taking attendance for class on Tuesday if you turned in your CEE and your CEE paragraphs with your topics. And multiple choice, SCAP, and your answers. One last thing I forgot to mention, and let's get to it right now. And I'm going back to where we put our claim, evidence, explanation, and our topics. There's one more thing for you to do that is due tonight by 11:59. You need to write your context in here. We're still in the same era. This is our last paper of this era from 600 to 1450. So we got Mongols, we got movement of people, Polynesians, we have Muslims, we have the trade routes, Silk Road, Trans-Saharan. So go ahead and put in your context here. Now it says whole group. So what you do is if you put down Mongols, largest land, empire, you can put that down and then just put your initials. So I would put DW. So put your initials after what you write down for your context. And how much should I have there? I think each individual should have about 3 notes for context. And then you can all look at this and you can look at other people's documents too to make sure you get it down. And the very last thing is you need to write a thesis statement. And remember, our thesis statement is pretty much the combination of our 2 claims. So student number 3 would write a thesis statement probably about Europe coming out of the Dark Ages and the Renaissance would be maybe the major changes that happened in Europe. Europe came out of the Dark Ages and had trade, and also that there was a Renaissance. Your thesis statement is answering the question, what were the major changes that happened during the Crusades? And that is due tonight. If you have any questions, please email me, and have a great day, sophomores.